So I actually have no idea why my side chat is not loading. It seems to be working on OBS. Everything seems to be fine. Like everything seems to be fine actually. But for some reason, as chats come in, I am just not seeing it. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that. It should. Nothing changed. That code has remained. Basically since it was put together. I have no idea what that's about. We may be dropping frames. We may be dropping a shit ton of frames. That's just kind of how this works. Unfortunately, I have the best internet that's available in 1998. So until further notice, that's just kind of how things go. But what's up, everybody? Good to see you. Gribble Punk, welcome in. Glad to see you. I don't know if you've been here before, but definitely pleased to have you here. Let's see. So, and I am somewhat, I'm not keeping any eye on Facebook chat, so anything that happens over there, I have no idea. Right, see, like, I have OBS, like right now. I can see on the preview window, chat's working. I have an instance of CCC chat over here in OBS, like to the side, you know, it's working. But if you actually take a look at my monitoring of side chat, nothing. Like, I don't know why it's the same chat. Like, it's the same thing. I have no idea why that is. If I refresh the page, obviously, things load. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on OBS, I guess. And hopefully your chat is loading on your side. I really don't know what that's about. Everything's connected, or it should be. I really have no idea. Embarrassing. Amateur streamer moment. But yeah, okay. So let me get started. I did not want to make a big deal about all this, not even a little bit. But, and I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds on this, but I feel like, at least to a point, some of this needs to be mentioned. Only for the sake of, not for the sake of drama, but just for the sake of, like, what I never, ever want to see again. I mean, I never want to see this again anyway, just because, like, I'm me, and this shit involves me, and it's, like, unfucking believable, unfathomable, that anyone would be so fucking uncharitable, to me specifically. That sucks, but that's not even the point. The point is, though, the idea that anyone would do this at all in a time like this. Donald Trump is our fucking president, okay? The fuck did you, do your hair? This is the exact same hair I had last night. What the fuck do you mean? You were here last night. You saw did you not? Okay, I have a cowlick. That's different. Other than that, you saw my hair last night. What do you mean? It's the same. But also matter, so welcome in. Yeah, I never want to see this again. Listen, Donald Trump, thank you. Appreciate that. You didn't say, oh, you were audio only. You were work. I get that. Working chat, I feel. Probably playing a Warframe or some shit. Fucking off with Justin. I know y'all fucking do that shit. That's actually pretty cool. I need to get my stream key and give that out to people. Not that I play any co-ops, but actually Cripplepunk has convinced me that Elder Scrolls Online is actually something that I want to dive into. I'm not a big MMO guy. Even Fallout 6 is like too MMO-y for me. But I love the idea. I feel like I'm missing out on lore by just not playing Elder Scrolls Online. So I do want to do that. And I think it'll be a good time. Having someone else to play with, I think will be a lot of fun. So it's something that I want to do. One of us. One of Google Gobble. Very true. So, listen. Like it or not, nobody likes it. Some people like it, but they're not actually people. Donald John Trump even, is our president, okay? He's the president of the United States. It's done. It's over with. We have 4 years of this. Now, I have mixed feelings about what this next 4 years are going to be. And I feel like a lot of other people do too. And that's okay. That's actually okay. I think that over the next 4 years, what we're going to see a lot of, well, before I get into that, we have fascists in power in the United States. We have fascists in power at the White House. We have fascists in power in the House of Representatives. We have fascists in power in the Senate. Okay, we have. It is only for the systems that are in place that make the United States the greatest nation on earth. This is how we do it here, right? Okay. Just in case anyone was confused about how salutes work nowadays. It's very, very simple. We have fascists in power at the federal level, okay? And that's cool. That's all right, you know. We have fascists in power at the state level. Okay, none of these things are actually like good. And it's, you know, thank goodness for the systems that we have in place that are the things that allow for us to be, that allow to the delay of their, you know, alt-right, you know, actual totalitarian takeover of our daily lives as it stands. They have to actually go through and break individual systems apart. And they're working on it, of course. And they will do everything that they can to do as such. But my point is, we aren't just fighting against fascism in the hopes that it doesn't win. This isn't just, you know, hoping that the better candidate doesn't win the primary, or the worst candidate doesn't win the primary. You know, this isn't, we've gone beyond that. We've gone beyond Drulzy Mick. I don't even remember what his name is. I just remember what I made fun of him for, running for governor in my home state, versus Mike Peehole. I'll never forget that man's name. You know, running for the primaries, and the Drooly guy being the significantly worse candidate. Thank goodness that Mike Peehole's incompetent ass won the primaries. Unfortunately, he did beat out my homie, Crystal Quaid, for the actual governor's seat, but at least we didn't get that other shit back. Now, this being said, we have actual fascists in power. They're in power now. They're holding office. They're legislating. They're legislating at the state level. They're legislating at the well, they're doing executive orders right now, currently. But I want to show you. I want to show you guys a little something here, just to kind of give you an idea of what it is that we're talking about. Let me see if I can pull this link up with everyone's favorite. This. I'm sure I'll be able to pull this up from here. Yeah. Look it up right here. Okay. And how do we zoom in on this? Just about like that, probably. A little too much. Okay. All right. So we'll do that one, and then we'll take a look at this, just to give everybody an idea of what it is that we're actually looking at here in the states. So at the state level, Idaho lawmakers want Supreme Court to overturn same-sex marriage decision. A state legislative committee has advanced a resolution asking that the power to regulate marriage be returned to the states. Okay, this is, when was this? This was from, oh, it doesn't matter when it was from. It was from like the last week or so, right? When I pulled this into the content bin. This is 1973 when the U.S. Supreme Court declined a request. This is from the New York Times, by the way. On a request by President George Washington to offer legal guidance on foreign relations, the court's justices have steered away from weighing in on the outside the context of a formal lawsuit. That has not deterred lawmakers in Idaho, however. This week, a state house committee overwhelmingly passed a resolution calling on the Supreme Court to undo Obergefell v. Hodges, the landmark 2015 decision that gave same-sex couples the right to marry, and to hand the power to regulate marriage back to the states. The resolution would still need approval by the House and the Idaho Senate before any request could be sent to the Supreme Court. Both chambers in Idaho are controlled by Republicans. Since court rulings are not laws, and only legislatures allowed or elected by the people may pass laws, Obergefell is an illegitimate reach. The resolution reads, it continues, the Idaho legislature calls upon the Supreme Court of the United States to reverse Obergefell and restore the natural definition of marriage, a union of one man, one woman. An organization based in Massachusetts called Mass Resist has pressed for the resolution, the Idaho Statesman reported. The group describes itself as a pro-family activist organization and traces its roots to marriage equality battles in Massachusetts, where same-sex marriage became legal. 2003. Okay. At the hearing in Idaho, the sponsors of the measure, Representative Heather Scott, a Republican, said it's important to make a statement about states' rights. If we start down this road where the federal government or the judiciary meets or decides that they're going to create rights for us, then they can take rights away, she said. Several dozen demonstrators filled the committee room on Wednesday before walking out together as Ms. Scott introduced the proposal, local news reports said. So, yeah, basically they're trying to overturn, the state lawmakers in Idaho are trying to overturn gay marriage in Idaho. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Okay, and this is a direct result of what we saw as mentioned here ever since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade just 3 years ago. This has been the goal, okay? And so they're actually doing this, okay? We have fascists running our federal government. We have fascists running our state governments, okay? Don't believe me? That's cool. Oh man, I'm really gonna read this shit. Don't I have just a tweet or something? Wasn't there some shit? Didn't this come from JoJo? Well, anyway, so this is, you can read it yourself. I'll link it in chat. Read it yourself. I'm illiterate. I refuse. But it's a good time. Let's see if that even actually got sent in chat. Love that. Okay, cool. So, yeah, this was posted by JoJo. It's basically a piece of legislation that is being proposed by the state of Missouri. The idea is that Missouri legislators want to make it possible. They want to make it possible. Democrats in Missouri want to make it possible for a pregnant person to be able to legally get a divorce. Okay? Yeah, if you're pregnant in the state of Missouri, if you are currently with child, you can't legally get a divorce in the state of Missouri, currently, as it stands. Okay, this piece of legislation is trying to actually make that a thing that you could do. They want to make it possible that you could actually do this, okay? Because currently you can't do this. I know, it's wild, but that's the Democratic pushback, okay? It's not perfect. It's a little late, but something is happening, and something is better than nothing. I know that's not much hope, okay? The stream title is, what do we have to look forward to? I haven't gotten there yet. So I do want to talk a little bit about some of the drama that your boy Chainsaw had unwillingly and unwittingly gotten himself involved in here recently. And I want to make this as short as possible, short and sweet as possible. So someone had posted something. I don't want to get into too many details. Someone had posted something. It was a screenshot of someone referring to their sexuality. That the idea was that they were attracted to femme and femme presenting people. They also referenced non-binary people. It didn't specifically reference femme-presenting non-binary people, which was really the only part that I even saw, because the rest of it was that they were sharing it just basically to shame the person, and that they didn't feel that they respected pre-op trans folks, or pre-op trans women also. And you know, this is giving I like pussy, sexuality doesn't fucking exist, you idiot. I saw this and I was like, you know, that like, I feel like we already have words for this. You know, I don't know. I feel like we already have words for this. I feel like you could just say, oh, I'm pansexual and I have a preference for, you know, I have a genital preference, or I have a preference for femme-presenting people. I assumed that this person was posting this with, like, you know, some other context or something, that that this was like an account that they, you know, because I had no reason to think that this person was just like finding random shit, posting it, and just talking mad shit for no, like, literally no reason. But apparently that's what they were doing, because immediately they started getting dogpiled by other people, which, you know, is whatever. I had commented myself, you know, in this, they could have just said genital preference without being super cringe about it. I feel like this is the result of Twitter Tumblrite on Twitter brain rot, allowing itself to be manifested uncritically. That is literally all I said, and people lost their fucking shit. People lost their absolute fucking shit. Redhom, feel free and jump into the chat, buddy. There's an FAQ. I don't know if you're still watching, but there's an FAQ. Feel free and jump in. But people absolutely lost their fucking shit at me. I got called NB-phobic, that I was engaging in NB erasure. I was instructed to acknowledge that AMAB non-binary people are valid. Yeah, I was instructed on this, right? You know, Twitter's most notorious TMRA or something. Whatever the fuck they call me on the one website, they call me something completely different on the other one. Absolutely fucking wild. I'd responded, you know, much like Lyft drivers or writers who opt for non-binary driver, get an AMAB driver with a cute mustache, who's fairly mask presenting, non-HRT using, gender abolitionist. Honestly, I was referencing fucking Karl Marx right there. I unironically was just describing Karl Marx, because Karl Marx at one point, I don't know about now, but at one point did have a cute little mustache. Is fairly mask presenting. Got, you know, as far as I know at the time, last time I spoke with Max was non-HR2 using, very much a gender abolitionist, very much an intersectional feminist, just like your boy Chainsaw. I think these people would be surprised at the results of their lack of specificity, but what do I know? Tumblr gave us Badals that have since moved to Twitter. I'm just never going to be a fan of that website so long as these turfy transmedicalist psychopaths are making intersectional feminism a harder sell to normies and actively trying to divide trans and queer people along gender lines. Somehow that was also me engaging in diabolical NB erasure of some kind. I was instructed that AMAB non-binary folks are just as valid as AFAB, because that was somehow my point. So are trans folks who aren't inclined or able to medically transition. While I'm talking shit about transmedicalists, you fucking weirdo. Non-binary doesn't mean androgynous. While I'm fucking saying... Okay. That's literally my, this is me again, that's literally my entire point about Lyft users who opt for a non-binary driver because they saw that cringe that appealed to their weird preconceived biases about gender abolition. And it just goes on from there. I can't actually see the rest of it because the one fucking coward, who's the same coward who showed up and talked mad shit about Cammy when Cammy was given recognition for founding the local pride committee in her community, and then also organizing the first ever historic pride event in her community. There was a bunch of drama. not really any of my business, but she was given recognition about it, and it was pretty cool. People were like, oh yeah, you know, we made a mistake, like we want things to be good, no bad blood, blah blah blah. You know, we recognize you, we see you, you're awesome, you're fucking, you know, super mama, you know, we appreciate you. And it was like, you know, and the people clapped and cheered, and this one fucking weirdo from this other online community decided that they wanted to make it their entire personality to, you know, to shit on everyone who was making the point. I don't know, whatever. But this person has had a fucking mad drama hard on for me ever since, and then took it out on this thread. So I mentioned, you know, you should read my reply again if that's what you got out of it. My entire point is that AMAB people who don't self-ID are non-binary, as non-binary are non-binary. But when a Lyft user opts for a non-binary driver because of their preconceived biases about gender essentialism, and they get someone who looks like me, it's too much for their tiny little normie brains to take, and they fucking shatter. The entire idea of gendered drivers is performative, outdated, and yet here we are. Not sure how you got AMAB NBs aren't valid out of me saying that AMAB NBs don't owe people femininity or androgyny, since the rest of your response is just based on that bit of misunderstanding on your part, raging. I'll be charitable and not take it seriously. This is where I got the block. You know, and I thought I was kind of nice to the other person, just mentioning, you know, hey, what you're saying is not what I'm saying. I'm actually agreeing with you, but I'm saying that you can take that to a further point and da-da-da. I thought I was nice to the other person. Well, the original poster comes in, goes on a fucking tirade, posts like what should have been 7, but ended up being 4 paragraphs, basically calling me an unsafe rapist, pretty much. And yeah, it just gets super weird. I'm NB phobic, and all of this kind of thing. Unsafe person, do not trust, failure of an ally to all femme-presenting women. I am many things now, these days. So, you know, we've got you know, and this is a leftist, right? These are all leftists. In fact, some of them are tankies. But this is where we're at. So I've got so many labels these days. I'm a racist. I'm a misogynist. I'm a soy Reddit feminist, who hates men. I'm also a liberal feminist, who hates men or women, depending on where you're at. And now, yeah, I know, right? And now, non-binary erasure and NB phobic. So here's the thing. This is the shit that I don't ever want to fucking see again. Not just because it has to do with me, but also because you fucking pussies. My God. Okay? Unfucking believable. We have Donald J. Trump, Donald John Trump, Donald Jerome Trump, okay? Is the president of the United States. My pee hole is the governor of my home state. And if you live in a red state, you've probably got somebody who's even worse than him, okay? Because he's like one of the easier ones to deal with. And he's just regarded with a G. 2 G's, actually. Is the governor of my state, okay? We have actual fascists who are running our federal government and our state governments, and a dog catcher, you know, supports Elon's salutes, okay? I do not want to fucking ever hear again or ever see again this idiotic, absolutely insane 2020 woke scold as shit, okay? We are not in the soft times. We are in the times of hard men, okay? Unironically. And it's really fucking time that we need to fucking start acting like it. This is why I made that other post the other day. Like we have actual fascists in power. Are we fighting fascism? Or are we just jerking ourselves off and like doing fucking nothing about it except for this shit? Just crying on fucking social media about my fucking hurt feelings while there are actually people out there legislating against, you know, gay marriage at the federal level. Because listen, we don't have to go that far. We don't have to go that fucking far, okay? I'm just saying, like, you know, come on. We got shit to do, okay? And therefore, we got shit to talk about. But yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a lot about it. This is why I went to go book, you know, that whole sesh, that whole debate sesh, right? I'm not exactly what you'd refer to as a debate bro. Okay? And I was more than willing, and I'm still more than willing to have the conversation of why the fuck it is not only stupid, but irresponsible to encourage people to leave Meta, the single largest social media platform in existence, in history, and currently used by more people, more normies, than any other social media platform on Earth, okay? I love the idea of utilizing many platforms, but to leave Meta is completely insane, and this is why I was more than willing to debate for that. The other person, I don't hold it against them. They had a scheduling conflict, and I would be perfectly understand if their scheduling issue persisted, because I would not want to debate that, especially after what we saw with the whole TikTok situation, where it ended up just being more virtue signaling by Republicans to make Donald Trump look bad and Democrats look fucking stupid and weak. Fat and weak, unironically. You said Radham is here? Radham is somewhere. Radham may not actually be here, but Radham did see me online and message me about some site chat. So we may be gonna scrounge up some business with the raddest motherfucker you know. That isn't me, and has a slightly cooler mustache than me, and these days, definitely a longer mustache than me. Dope, what the hell, true. Sounds like woke scold. True! That's all it is, it's the same thing, it's the same community! It's the same fucking people! It's wild! If Trump wants to build a wall, I know exactly the 125,000 he needs to fucking wall in. I'm just saying, listen, you know. Whoa, Chainsaw Man again. I know. I'm going to try and do this every day, at least for a few hours, you know what I mean? We ain't going to get nowhere on Darkwood, but we're going to be doing some things. Conservatives are literal woke scolds now, and they're all doing it. But here's the thing. I see so much potential out of people, honestly, out of all you fuckers. You guys are the ones. Like Minnie, you didn't have to come over here. And by over here, I mean on Facebook. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that at all. There's literally no reason. You have a larger platform than like any of us, like babies. People love you. People respect you. You are like basically never going to get canceled by anyone who isn't from South Asia. People love the shit out of you. The only thing that they may ever hate about you is that you associate with me, and that's not even a you problem, you know. And you came over here. Your balls are big and brass, and I love you for them. Same goes for Kelly, who is not here. So we should all harass Kelly on any platform you see him on. But Kelly is a native Facebook streamer and has just decided out of the fucking blue to discuss politics and social issues on his Facebook stream. I love that for him. He is unironically being the center of fucking all of it, and that's great. Cripple Punk, you, I swear to God, every time I see you post something, either posting something or mentioning something in some of the group conversations that we've had, stuff that you've sent to me specifically, that I've pulled from Discord. I love that. You're fighting the good fight, and that's what we need. When people are freaking the fuck out, and people are losing their fucking hope and losing their courage and starting to encourage other fucking people to quit, give up, surrender, and just abandon ship, you're right the fuck there to be like, but bruh, I got all this shit going on, and I got all this shit that's against me, but you know what? My fucking grit is eternal, and you're pussies. I love that about you. And Matt Urza, everybody should want to suck your dick. You are the meanest motherfucker not on social media, and they should all fear you. I fear you, and that should be enough for them. Honestly, some of my best takes, and arguably what other people think are my worst takes that I still think are my best takes, are inspired by a lot of the shit that you've said to me, on stream and off stream. I've said this in places that you haven't been, and many could attest to this, that I think that more people need a little kick in the ass, and more people need a little more matters in their life. And sometimes when I be out there boasting shit, or if I be out there saying some shit, even when I'm just IRL, doing events and talking to people, I consider, how would Mata Ursa handle this? You know, this bullshit in front of me that manifested itself before me. How would Mata Ursa kick them right in the fucking balls? you know. And where they got that knife? Is it in the pocket or is it on the hip? Yeah, I thought about my position on Meta. I'm staying and I hope to make more content soon. Fuck yeah. You know, we got Steamboat coming at some point whenever he decides to. I've been bullying the shit out of him. As soon as I get off stream, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to harass him for not being here. And then I'm going to harass him for not being on Facebook and getting a notification to come here. Because he did say that he was coming. And I recommended the name Steve Boat because it's funny as shit. Daho got lucky. I don't know how he did it. That must be like a real ass name somewhere. I don't know. I'm uneducated and illiterate, so I'm just a hillbilly. I don't know shit. I just look like this because, you know, racism. But somehow he got the name. I love that for him. We'll make more content soon. Schedule should be improving soon. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And by the way, Kelly had mentioned to me that like in the next like week or so, him and Sean is going to be coming back to do some co-op streams. So he's basically like ready whenever you are to like set something up. So that's going to be great. That's going to be absolutely wonderful seeing you two have that conversation. I love that. I can moderate if you want me to. You know, if since y'all don't actually know each other, because I have some interesting questions I would love to see the both of you discuss on that. You know, between your history and his history, I love that. And we have to fucking survive. We have to. I mean, true. Hell yeah, brother. See, that's what I fucking mean right there. Right fucking there. Word for fucking word out of my brain. I love you. Scolded a friend of mine today, playfully, who said, if we survive. And I'm like, get that phrase out of your fucking vocab. It's not if we survive. We have no choice but to survive. No, Sean is Kelly's girlfriend. Partner? I have no idea what's going on in the UK. So Kelly moved to the United Kingdom to be... So Sean is the one that you've seen on Geordie Junk Cat, right? Like forever ago. And then Kelly was like one of the co-streamers. And then Kelly and Sean are like dating. It's actually SIAN, but like Kelly and Sean are dating. And now Kelly lives in the United Kingdom. So like he's becoming British. He like unironically used the word kettle the other day. And I had no choice but to make fun of him for it. It was great. Apparently, he popped a fuse, as the Brits say, and it, the kettle was heating, and it popped a fuse, and he lost his internet and couldn't stream anymore until the fuse was replaced. Sexual anarchy in the UK, true. All right, so, all right. I am seeing a lot of people panic posting. Does it do any good, or does this just cause harm? I mean, I feel like we literally just went over that, but I want to address that specifically, mostly because I actually wrote that down. Does it do any good? Absolutely not. Panic posting does nothing. Listen, have your feelings. You're perfectly fine to have your feelings. It's legit. I freaked the fuck out. I hosted a panel on election day with Kelly and Daho, actually, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what the fuck to do. As soon as things started happening and it started getting a turn for the worse, I came with the jokes. Matt Ursa, you were there. We listened, or no, Warlord was there. Maybe both were there. We listened to the Oh My God, I Will Vote for Donald Trump song. And then it turned out a lot of people will vote for Donald Trump. And I didn't know what to do. I freaked the fuck out. I was in full panic mode. It was basically Daho's show at that point, and Daho was interviewing Kelly while I just sat there, you know, with my dick in my hand and my fear in my other. I didn't know what the fuck to do. But after I had my feelings, the immediate impulse was, well, now it's time to get to work. Now, it took a little while for everyone else to kind of get over their shit, I guess. And that was super annoying and whatever. But like, you know, what can you do? I watched a lot of that on social media, and it was like, my God, are you people just not following the election that closely? Because this dragged on for weeks. And now here we are months later, and people are still freaking the fuck out. I mean, Cripple Punk, as you said earlier, it is like day 8 or something. And like, why? Calm the fuck down, you assholes. We have work to do. The fucking the goddamn midterms are next year. A year from now, almost in an exact year from now, we will know who's fucking running in the primaries for the midterms. We don't have time for this shit, actually. They'll be panicked, be angry, true. They'll ban sex. Damn Brits, sorry, I didn't even have a right to. True. It only fuels the fascists, right? And that's exactly. So Didi made a good point on that reply thread that okay, so we're all supposed to abandon Facebook for principles and the moral high ground. Does this mean that like during a fascist takeover, we're all supposed to like leave the United States too? Like, I mean, again, I understand like vulnerable people. Vulnerable people are not who I'm fucking talking about. Okay, if you're a vulnerable person, if you're like subject to the most oppressed, situation under a fascist regime, I get it. You know, completely understand the idea of like wanting to leave the country or leave social media. Do that shit quietly. Do not fucking announce that shit. And if you have like 100,000 fucking followers or whatever, or like 20,000 fucking followers, or like, shit, I'm a little tiny little wee baby. Goo goo gaga. I have just over 1K followers. But I'm also a streamer with a baby following over here. We got all my babies in chat right now. And I am definitely not going to be fucking leaving or telling anyone. It would be unbelievably irresponsible to tell people to leave. My God. Now here's my example. I saw this happen. Okay. And Minnie, I think you know about this matter, so you may have seen part of this. During my cancellation last year was a big part of a beef that I had with a larger content creator, a significantly larger content creator, like Voosh level following, but on a different platform. Minnie, actually, you were there for like basically all of it. And I watched this person declare all kinds of sick ass shit that was just unbelievable. Up to and including that supporting Biden stepping down in place of Kamala Harris is not only racist but misogynistic, but then soon after encouraged their following to leave Twitter. Now, Twitter has since become unusable. Like, I understand the idea of like people wanting to leave Twitter, but the point was this person had encouraged all of their followers to leave Twitter and specifically to go to Threads. Not to go to Threads, go to Facebook, go to Blue Sky. You know, I'm on all of these different platforms. So like go there, find all of the people that you've followed here. A lot of them will be following me. So you'll see their posts. You can go through my followers and, see names that you might recognize, reach out to people, maybe just leave your shit open. That way, if someone wants to like, if you're mutuals or whatever, they want to DM you, they can. It was nothing like that. It was just, I'm deleting my Twitter account, and I think you should too. And then you should all just go to Threads with me. And so they did. And I watched an entire online community. And I know this sounds pathetic, but it is what it is. We're pathetic, okay? We're hillbillies. We're pathetic, okay? I watched an entire online community that we had built, literally grassroots activist community, for local politics here, just abandon Twitter basically overnight. And they followed this content creator over to Threads. And when she stopped using Threads, because it was also a completely botted and useless hellhole, actually long before then, I'd noticed this. It was, follow me on Substack, buddy. I guess. Fuck Threads. And now I'm seeing people like from that community, like basically like refugees coming into Blue Sky and like circling around Angel of the Ozarks, which is cool. Good for her, but like if it weren't for Angel, like they would just be out there in the ether somewhere and we would have no focal point. They go to her because they recognize her. And there's a few others that they recognize that they're flocking to. But I love that people like her and Laura Burkhart are out there like collecting these people and shit, but like, my God, how fucking irresponsible. And yeah, it was just, I've seen this before, man. And I don't see anything useful out of encouraging people from leaving a platform. Specifically, it's not just leave this platform and use anything else, but also keep why would you delete your account ever? don't use it as much. I get that. Utilize other platforms for you know, the de-inshitification of the internet. Hell yeah. That's like my entire message on social media. You know, that's one place where me and Prawn fit together like sexy fucking Legos, you know, is the de-inshitification of social media. And being on multi platforms anyway. This is why I've been encouraging everybody to come over to Facebook, you know, our Twitch streamers. Also, other reasons that I'll get into here in a minute. But I've seen this before, so I think that encouraging people to not be on Meta is just unbelievably irresponsible. And, I mean, I've seen the results. I don't have to be convinced that this is a bad idea. Is fear the name of your shotgun? I mean, I used to have a shotgun. I miss it. It was a 20 gauge single shot, and it was really fucking, it was older. Had the, like, BB sight. It was really nice. Yeah, I got ridiculous misogynist when a woman was gonna take his place. Misogynist and racist when a black and South Asian woman was going to take his place. Unfucking believable, my duderino. But keep in mind, I mean, you saw how insane these followers are. And I mean, you basically know a good portion of the drama that followed that. Some of these fucking weirdos chased me down for like a good month and a half. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody pointed something out to me the other day. Some of them are literally still thinking about me. It's whatever. You know, as long as they stay on their side, I'm cool with it. We actually, you know, that's the difference between your boy Chainsaw. I will step in the shit, and I might put my foot in my mouth. But at the end of the day, I'm still here doing something that's like worthwhile doing. You know, I'm more than willing to reach out and go to places and have the conversation. At the very least I can do is to help promote good ideas by good people running for office and try my best to normalize the idea of supporting your local candidates, which is significantly more than I can say for most of these people whose identities only exist to talk shit online and to work against anyone that actually is doing any sort of advocacy. Which, I mean, I saw that too. I mean, you know, I posted something about, it was actually Angel. The same person I was talking about had posted something about, oh, my daughters and my grandchild, who I think of, my granddaughter and my daughters are who I think of, you know, when it comes to all this. And, you know, Missourians and their daughters, you know, when it comes to reproductive health care. Unironically, it was Angel who was like literally everyone who would be affected by this. You know, I can't even remember what the post was, but the idea was that she was trying to, I think, you know, she was trying to be as intersectional with it as possible. She was trying to be as inclusive with her messaging on pro reproductive health care in our state as possible. And I posted something about that. I'm like, you know, I see a difference between people who post shit, you know, about women's rights and see people who post shit about reproductive health care for people who need it. And, you know, people who need it, who aren't women necessarily, they see that too, you know, and I feel like that does wonders, you know, for those folks. And, you know, you know, this is where the TMRA, you know, if you say anything in support of trans men, you get the accusations. So I actually love that we're full circle now, because I've never been called NB-phobic before. I absolutely, I don't know. I love it and I hate it. I hate it because people are going to think it's real because they're fucking stupid. But I love it because it's like, okay, I'm a trans misogynist for trans rights, who's also NB-phobic, for trans rights. Let's go. Oh, and speaking of trans rights, there's Cammy Storm. What up, buddy? Good to see you. I don't know why I didn't say hi until now. Oh, yeah. Punk, what up? Notice the anti-South Asian sentiment goes along with the brain rot you've seen part and parcel. These people don't believe pieces of the brain rot. They're all in, yep. Yeah, Cammy, I actually mentioned a little bit about some of your story. I mentioned the cancellation that, it's not even really a cancellation, it's just a bunch of woke skulls climbing down my throat, but I did mention your involvement in the lead up to that earlier. So yeah, if you're not already following Cammy on everything super based just another human on Facebook. Send me donos. Money me now. And when you're done moneying me now, money Cammy now, because she does like actual work. She does like actual stuff. I just show up to like watch her do stuff when like in awe. Actually, unironically, I did that this last weekend, and then we went and had some Chinese. It was nice. Because I just so happened to be anywhere near the area, so it was a lot of fun. But so, does it do any good or does it do harm? Well, I would argue that it does nothing but harm. Actually, what is there to look forward to? Don't let them climb down your throat, chew them up good before you swallow their torn, battered corpses. I mean, that's where I'm at, actually, and that kind of leads into the next part. So what is there to look forward to? Well, I think it's been said that Trump's approval is lower than it was in 2017. The Republicans are losing steam, guys. Now that they're in power, I mean, they have to commit to the bit. They have to actually produce. They have to produce results, and that's a much tougher sell than, just standing on the sidelines and, complaining. I mean, this is why the incumbent always does better. It's because they're easily complacent by being on the sidelines and just doing the spectator thing. And, especially in the case of the modern GOP, they don't actually have a platform. So it's not even like they can do anything. They have no plan whatsoever. The best that they can hope for is just more distractions. And that's the thing. Once the culture war distractions, I mean, that's what we're seeing. But eventually that shit is also going to lose steam. And their constituents and everyone else is going to want to see something. They're going to want some kind of results from this. And that's where I'm hoping. I'm not too hopeful, but that's where I'm at the very least hopeful that some Democrats are able to pick up the slack. And at least provide better messaging. I mean, even if we can't actually provide better legislation, we could at least provide better messaging, for fuck's sake. Leftists. Again, this stupid bullshit I had to deal with the other day, no one should ever have to deal with that. No one should ever have to deal with that. My God, you're a bad ally. I never fucking claimed to be anyone's goddamn ally. You fucking people claim to be my ally. Okay? Holy shit. Be my ally then. For fuck's sake. I'm just, I advocate for trans rights because it makes sense to me that marginalized people should have some rights. As a marginalized person, it just makes the math is just too good. It's just too sweet. I don't want to go no camps. We start putting people into camps. It's only a matter of time before you put your boy Chainsaw in one. You can ask George Takei. At one time they did put people who were this pretty in camps. I think this is a not good thing, actually. So, I never claimed to be your fucking ally, but, if you want to claim to be my ally, it's time we actually start, acting like we have some fucking brains and doing any bit of the work. I think this would be good one time, maybe. Just throwing it out there. I mean, like I say, it's not the Republican Party of old. This is something that we do have to look forward to. Is that they have no strategy, they have no plan, they're going to make themselves look bad, they're going to we're going to watch an evaporation of the GOP, just like we watched an evaporation of the neoconservative GOP, we're going to watch an evaporation of this, fascist context. Because who could replace Donald Trump? They need a strong man. And I guess it's possible that your local politicians could be that strong man, that your local people could be that influence, your Nick Schroers, your Ben Bakers, I guess, probably more like the Nick Schroers because he's loud and mouthy, and he's a little braver than most. But I guess it's possible that at a local level, you'll see that. But at a national stage, there's no one that could replace Trump. No one. Literally no one can replace him. So once he's out, I mean, and his approval rating right now, it's only going to get worse, guys. It would take something major. It would take COVID. It would take him not fucking that up a second time. So his bird flu situation, he would have to do everything right. What do you think of the odds of that? Just saying. So at the very least, at the federal level, they're toast. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, it could mean a whole lot of nothing, which is what we're geared for right now, which is what these dipshit woke skulls are gearing for right now. But I think that we can do better than that. In fact, I think we can do a hell of a lot better than that. In fact, I think we can actually do fucking something. I think what we can actually do is anything that is going to be meaningful for the next 4 years. And hopefully, beyond this. This is why my dumb idea about more Twitch streamers and more leftists actually coming to Meta, actually coming to Facebook, because right now Facebook is actually usable. Twitter's unusable. It's bots. It's bullshit. The algorithm hates you. The algorithm hates me anyway. But on Facebook, we get a fair chance to a point. And at the very least, we can promote the idea that we are on other platforms, so long as we aren't actually promoting the other platforms. I mean, how many of you, CripplePunk, you probably already knew that I had a streaming website. You only know me through the Coconut Island community. I think anyone on there except for Radham and Prawn, most everyone else only knows me from there. And any of you who know that I stream on Twitch, that I stream on YouTube, that I have a website, that you can find me on Blue Sky, blah, 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 blah. Well, then there was the big move from everyone to go to Blue Sky, which I kind of helped with some of that as well, moving a lot of my followers there. But the only reason that most of those folks know who I am or what I do or that I do any of this on any platforms at all is because I was able to post it on Facebook. If I hadn't started a Facebook, none of you would really know who I am. I might have been in Prawn's chat rating into you and been like, oh, we're doing some Elder Scrolls. I don't know this person. We're going to talk some things, and I'm going to move on with my business. And you'd have had a great day, and I'd have had a great day. And you'd have had a bagel with cream cheese and lox and spring onion and fucking capers, and I would have done the exact same thing. And never one time would we have known that we like the same bagel. Even though I'm not Jewish. Still appreciate a kosher bagel. But it's only because of Facebook that we're able to reach so many people, so many more people. It's only through Facebook that I've been able to be inspired by people I didn't even know exist. And honestly, it's through Facebook that I was able to find other online communities that exist outside of the world of Twitch. I'm going to tell you guys a little something about that here in just a second. Catch up on chat. These people don't just believe in pieces of the brain rot they're all in. True. I want to see you eating woke skulls like Saturn showing down on someone's. It's coming. I swear to God. It wasn't my idea. I did not want to be a fucking debate bro. Every time Minnie says debate pervert, I feel bad for wanting to, but we're going to get into that. I think this is actually time. Not for me either, because I'm going to be the worst. Okay. You guys already know, but I have some feelings about what I think that a lot of people should be doing right now. This is true. I'm too hot for camps. This is also true. Kitty. Oh, that was baby Kitty. Yeah. You can tell because she has the mask all the way on. Mama Kitty, she keeps the hood up. And also she's got claws. Her murder mittens have no safety. Baby Kitty actually knows how to handle being a cat. Mama Kitty hates her own tail, and yeah, it's complicated. And that's the problem. So many Dems think this is Reagan's GOP. Yes. Yes. So I don't feel like a lot of the local ones do, though. I don't know about Democrats everywhere else, but here in Missouri, at least for the most part, my homies got their shit together, you know. Of course, most of my homies who are Dems who are running for office are women, so Misogyny saw arc continues, I guess. Um, we're seeing this in Canada with Olivia. He doesn't have the sauce. Lib's winning. Yep, it was delicious. You don't need to be a Jew to enjoy a bagel. I mean, true. That little face. I mean, she is adorable, though. Like, so most cats, they have, like, kind of, like, the maybe lopsided, like, such and such. Like, they got the one whisker or something is, like, extra ones on one side. And what, like, she has, like, the perfect face. It's so cute. She's a little fat, but that's okay. Other than that, she's, like, such a pretty kitty. I've only ever seen, like, maybe 2 other kitties that were even remotely that pretty. She's such a pretty kitty. She's super annoying, though. She's a screamer. Like, we will actually get into shouting matches. She will do something god-awful. I will yell at her, and she will yell right the fuck back at me. And we will just do that. Like, it's kind of hilarious. But she does give baby kitty kisses. If I hold her up, she will lick you right in the nose. Just like a couple times, and then she hates it. But she will totally do it. It's a thing that she's done since she was, like, actually little. But it's pretty adorable. So what do I think people should be doing? What do I think that people, we are not people, we are super machismo, der Übermensch. What do I think that we should be doing, streamers, content creators? I think we should be flooding Facebook. Let me tell you guys a little story about Facebook, okay? It is an all-in-one platform, unironically. It is everything. It is the everything platform that Elon Musk wants Twitter X, because Twitter doesn't exist anymore, X to be, right? They have streaming here. They have a garbage chat here. They have broken braids here. They have all of the things. They have groups here, as most of you have found out. You can host events. You can list to live events. I don't love the fact that people still use their real first and last name here, but that's, if you're like me or Daho or Minnie or, well, we don't count Steamboat because he's not here yet. But like anyone that I would like to bring over, or Eric Prawn, if you're slick, you can get about these things. But I think that there is a community on Facebook gaming that is not unlike, and Minnie, we talked about this a little bit last night, and I think we've talked about this in Prawn's chat, the way that Twitch was back in the day, and I'm going to mention literally everyone's favorite streamer here, Destiny, because we are all big DGG fans here, right? Everyone? Okay. When Destiny first started doing politics and talking about anything that wasn't just gaming, I'm pretty sure I had heard that he had gotten reprimanded by Twitch for just chatting on stream. Or talking about anything at all on stream. But at the time, he was like the largest fucking streamer, right? Correct me if I'm wrong if you know the lore, but wasn't he like the first full-time streamer, like ever? Or some shit too? Something crazy like that? But he was like the largest streamer on the platform, so even though he would get reprimanded, eventually they were just like, you know what? This is fine. This is all fine here. And they changed their rules. They changed their rules to allow for this to be an option, that you can play games or you can change your category to chat. And if you're chatting, it's cool. You're just doing your thing. No biggie. I feel like that is a huge point in the right direction for the way that we as content creators can be treating Facebook. Okay? We can utilize Facebook in such a way, Facebook gaming. Okay? It's called Facebook gaming because they don't want that. But I don't give a shit what they want. I give a shit what we need. I care about people, not systems. I thought about joining Rumble, but I don't know if it's dying. I don't hate that idea. I haven't joined Rumble, and I don't know if I'm going to. If you join Rumble, I am definitely going to be fucking streaming on Rumble. Okay? Let me just say it like that. If you join Rumble, I'm going there. Okay? And we're taking Daho with us. that'd be pretty cool if Cripple Punk joined us, but I'm only doing it if you do it. You know, if you commit to the bit, if you start a channel and start streaming there alongside me, or, you know, by yourself, you don't have to stream along, you know, stream it fucking competitive, you know, fucking, but like, if you start streaming there, like when you're streaming on Twitch or whatever, or like doing politics there, like lefty politics, I mean, I will totally do it. I haven't, only because I know that Pac-Man had started a Rumble channel for that exact purpose, to be like the only fucking voice in the room, right? And I guess he had since left because I on the one hand, I guess it just wasn't really worth it, but then also, I don't know, like, I guess he wasn't feeling it. Like, all the reasons that he started it, it was like, eh. So he left. And so that convinced me that, like, A, this is a great idea. B, meh, if Pac-Man can't fucking hang, you know. But I'll tell you what, if you jump on Rumble, I will totally fucking jump on Rumble. There are a lot of people over there I want nothing to do with, and I don't even want them to know that I exist. But, I'd do it for you, buddy. So, streaming on Facebook, I'm seriously considering it. Here's the thing. You can stream on Facebook from a page. Like if you use Restream or like, what is it? Not Stream Elements, but is it Stream Elements? The other one. Oh, I guess it's Streamlabs. They have like a whatever. You pay like $20 a month or some shit, or $15 a month, and you can stream on multiple platforms. You can stream on Facebook page that way. I am paying for Restream, but even if I don't have to though, because if I only streamed on two, I'm streaming on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, right? So I do pay for it. But if I wasn't, because I'm streaming on my Facebook profile, there's no cost for that. It's free to stream on a profile. Because you got to put your name on it, right? Nobody's going to do that. You're not going to be like super doing some shit. But, you know, your boy Shane Saw, I don't give a fuck about that. What I actually give a fuck is all the Americans and Brits who keep calling me fucking Shane. It's totally wild. But whatever. But yeah, like I say, it's like $20 a month. I think it's a little bit cheaper for Streamlabs. Kelly is about to start doing that again. He'd stopped. He's only streaming on Facebook now, but I think that when Sean comes back to co-op or co-stream with him, he is looking to come back to Twitch also, because that's the thing. It's Twitch and a Facebook page. You either got to do it with hardware. With a lot of Facebook streamers do it with hardware. They just have like either they've souped up their. I want to talk to Statement of Fact about that, because Statement of Fact has figured out how to do that just with his hardware, and he's like, I don't have a special computer. I got kind of dog shit internet, but like, and his signal looks good. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm over here streaming, and I'm probably not even streaming on Facebook anymore, to be honest. Or I have like 36 VODs left. If you guys are actually still watching this on the site, and not just like pulling up Twitch and fucking you know, my site chat, I'd be impressed, to be honest. I thought it was Justine streaming on Facebook. Okay. First things first, more Facebook posts. I mean, Cripple Punk, if you're not already following Boy Meets Mini, y'all should meet in my shit. You can't do DMs here, unfortunately. I did turn that off because it made chat ugly. I guess I could turn it on and then just remove the ugliness from the CSS. You know what? I might fuck with that, actually. There is a way that I can have DMs turned on in side chat. But I would have to mess with the CS just a little bit. And then leave instructions on how you guys can like fucking PM each other. Yeah, unfortunately they are called PMs. I do not love that. I post like every 5 seconds on Facebook, I feel. I mean, that's a good thing. There for a while, there's somebody in Jet's chat who was like, I see all your posts first thing in the morning. It's like the first shit I see. I'm like, that is fucking cool. I appreciate that. I'm gonna probably post shorts and things from Faith streams. Hell yeah, please do. I love whenever you do the critical faith theory stuff. I wish you had more of that on you know, the YouTube channel, to be honest. I would recommend that to more people, especially for this conversation with Kelly. You know, I think that it would be a good thing to have more of like a reference point on where it is that you come from. You know, because that was one of the first things he asked me. He's like, so said this guy's like a minister. Is this like a debate? I'm like, no. It's cooperative conversation. You know, like this is a conversation type 2. You know, you grew up in a weird Christo-fascist type, you know, situation, and Minnie is literally the only fucking person running a ministry anything near like what he's doing. And it's really fucking based, actually. Yeah, I'm not clergy. I mean, you clergy to me, bro. You want a clergy I need. But streaming on Facebook, it's the whole website is untouched virgin territory. I don't remember who it was that asked me. Minnie, it might have been you, might have been Daho. Somebody asked me, what are the metrics like on Facebook? Like, does anybody actually, might have been Prawn actually, does anybody actually watch Facebook gaming? I don't know that that's necessarily the point. Because regardless of who watches Facebook gaming, a fuck ton of people are on Facebook. A fuck ton of people are actually using Facebook for the purposes of being there and seeing posts and seeing anything. So like, and because they don't allow embeds, and because their algorithm deboosts anything that is external, you need, if you want people on Facebook to see that you're streaming, you have to stream on the platform. Now, whether or not you're using Facebook gaming, or, I mean, there are other ways to go about that, you know, but regardless, I would like to get a second PC just specifically to launch Facebook, with all of the things for the gaming application, and just have it like run my, like I would basically just have it run my stream here and just rebroadcast it, but by using all of the tags that are necessary, because right now we're streaming on Facebook, but I'm not being listed in Facebook gaming. Because in Restream, I mean, I guess I could. I'll try this next time. But it's kind of a pain in the ass to get that started. But I would like to have a second PC. That way I could just do it, you know, in one quick motion. But I do want to do some testing on that to see if I can make it easier for folks like yourselves. Now, if you do, Minnie, you have the Critical Faith Theory page. So if you were streaming there, that would be a little bit easier if you had Streamlabs or, you know, Restream or whoever. But if you wanted to stream on your actual profile, it would actually be easier, but you'd be missing out on being listed in Facebook gaming. But I think it's important. I think it's untouched virgin territory. I think providing video content here of a leftist persuasion, of an intersectional persuasion, you know, Cripple Punk, some of the stuff that you've been posting lately, I think exposing people to that kind of material, and especially to that kind of mindset on how to look at the current administration here is good, because we can point them toward, you know, YouTube, we can point them toward Twitch, and I point them toward my website. But even after this, I'll check at the end of stream and I'll see, you know, who all's chatting in my Facebook stream. You know, last night, I think, toward the end of the night, we had Wolfman here, Nerdidity showed up, but they were all hanging out in Twitch chat. You know, every once in a while I'll see Danny or someone else pop into my, you know, or Wolfman, unironically, pop into my Facebook stream, but I won't see any of that stuff until the end of stream because I don't look at all that stuff. But I'll see those folks pop in, and yeah, you know, even just getting them to come over here to the site chat, you know, is a little bit more difficult. But the idea is that they see me on, and they're like, oh shit, you know, what's Shine up to right now, you know? And then I mean, that's all it takes. And they either love what I'm saying or they don't love what I'm saying. And if they don't love what I'm saying, if they want to have a chat about it, they can. If they love what I'm saying, maybe they'll consider you know, that with regard, I mean, you guys know how this goes. Y'all have been around longer than I have. My God, I've read your lore too. You know, in the communities that both of you hang in, I'm still the new baby boy of the bunch. I'm just the lore junkie. You know, I've only been streaming on YouTube, creating content on YouTube for what, 5 years now. This channel's been around for like 4. So I've been on Twitch for like 3 years. Facebook, like this is my 1 year on Facebook on this account. So, you know, I'm still a baby boy of the bunch. Wait, I'm not helpless. What did I say? You were helpless? Helpful. I might have stuttered a little bit. There's also the parallels I can speak with fascism in South Asia. True. Yeah, and I think that there's a lot of communities that I see, streamers from South Asia that, I mean, a lot of Filipino streamers too, but there's a lot of folks that are coming from like different parts of the world, not even just the English speaking. You know, it doesn't. I'm not really one because I only speaks the English, but they've got a lot of that on Facebook, and a lot of it's just gaming. So I mean, even if you came in and wrecked their shit, though, my dude, even if you came in and you were like, hey, you fuckers are all regarded with 2Gs. You want to have a chat about it on my stream? You Modi pushing fucks. You know, like that I guarantee I would be interested in seeing some of this. And that could, at the very least, so, you know, you could, on our, I don't even want to say it. You know what you could do? That'd be amazing. That would be balls to the walls amazing. I would love that. That's not to say that it might not come with its own risks, but you're a big boy. You got this. I believe in you. And I'm just feeling like I'm not doing anything and help anyone. I feel like bleh. Cripple Punk, you're I could have just, you know, I could have just stroked it and fucking ate some fucking McDonald's fucking McNuggies, and played some Factorio or something, or watched a Factorio tutorial and taken a nap, snuggle with my pit bull. I could have done literally anything. You're actually the reason that this stream exists in its current context right now. We could have just done what we did last night, play some Darkwood for a couple hours, and then get mad, get sad, roll out. You're unironically the catalyst for this chatting session. So don't you know, powerless, I don't know is the best word, buddy. And not doing anything. You know, if you feel that way, that's valid, and you're allowed to feel however you are, however you feel. But all of you fuckers in your own way have inspired me. I'm not just throwing smoke up your ass in the hopes that you'll drop me $5 by going to chainsawccc.com/memberships and subscribing for a tier 1 membership, or even tier 2 for only $10 per month. I actually believe in you. TW, I know how to deal with Castus North Indians, home turf. It's fair. For as little as $5 a month. Hey, listen, if Radhom is interested, I don't know if you're still watching on Facebook, but if you are interested, don't tell anyone, but I would cut you in for only a tier 2 subby. So, you know, we can work it out. My websites are not quite like Vush's, you know. It's like, you might have better luck over there. Theirs are free, and they have a much better, their whole system is much better, but mine get done like now. And there is a little bit more work to maintain them, but they get done like now. There's no like 7-year waiting list or whatever. But theirs are much nicer. I will say that. Theirs are much nicer than mine. Donates $1 billion. True. Yeah, White Force be doing some things. I mean, I don't know if you guys know all of the lore of how that all you know, all their websites, the changes that have been made to, like, especially like Destiny's website, which is not White Forest, but Destiny's was like the original, and then White Forest was based on an older code of Destiny's. His stuff now is like, it has some new tricks that I also enjoy. I try to incorporate some of those into the ones that I was working on for Prawn and for Sandblasted Gaming. But I'm still learning JavaScript. I'm at a baby's level for coding, so you know, we're working it out. But yeah, I mean, I'm cheap though, and we work quick because it's just me. All right. But now is the time. That's another thing. Now is the time to get involved in local politics. And you can use social media to do so. And I have actually said this several times over the years on my stream. I'm not special. I am not a special person. I'm not smarter than you. I'm kind of good looking. But if you live in the Midwest, you might think something different. But if you live on the coast, yeah, I'm a really pretty guy. I get it. But I'm not smarter than you. In fact, there's a good chance that, you know, you're much more better off than I am. I'm not more clever. I don't have more resources. I don't have the social plugs, you know, to get me by. The only skill that I have is the ability to jump on social media, get on Ballotpedia, find out where I live, what my district is, who's running for office, who's running in the primary, who their opponent is, who's running for Dem, who's running Republican, who's, you know, who's in office, who's the incumbent, there's a primary going on, you know, and then get on Facebook, of all fucking places. This is how we got here, okay? This is unironically how all of this started so many years ago from me, being just a silly little guy on your phone, buddy. I got on Facebook, and I was like, who are these people? What are they about? And you know what? I reached out. They reached back. Next thing you know, they're coming to public events and seeing me. The next thing you know, they're coming to public events that I'm showing up at, and they're finding my table because they heard that Chainsaw's there. They want to meet Chainsaw. Candidates running for office want to meet Chainsaw. Okay, when I met Crystal Quaid, I never met her. I was super nervous. I saw her, and she's like, I'm like, hey, you know, we get a picture, and she's like, oh yeah, that'd be great. She's like, I love you. I love your content. I'm like, you love my content. Thank you. And again, I am just a silly little guy on your phone, buddy. And it's just that easy. Every single one of you who are so much more special than me, who have so many more skills than me, all you've got to do is just go outside and eat a little grass. It's actually pretty cool. And it's really fucking easy. You don't even have to go outside, to be honest. To just get on Facebook, find your local candidates, find out who's running. Find out who's running in your area. Show up to their meetings. Show up to their fundraising gigs. If they're going to a bar, if they're doing a thing at like a brewery or a restaurant or a Mexican taco stand or something, if they're at a park having a speaking event, you know, go there. Go there, meet them, shake their hand, ask them for a yard sign, and then when it's all done, ask them to help if you can help them carry shit to their car. People fucking appreciate that. You know, ask them how you can find them on social media. Do they have a Discord server for the campaign? Like, are they doing Zoom calls? Can you be a part of that? Is there anything that you could do to be useful to them? These people fucking love that. And you know what? You're out there serving your community. You're doing your thing. My last big post that blew up on Facebook. Okay, my second to last big post that blew up on Facebook. I had like 4 candidates who ran for office last year and then 2 years ago. My last big post that blew up on Facebook, I think I had like 3. You know, like who am I? I'm a fucking hillbilly, okay? I'm one of 3 Asian hillbillies in the 100-mile radius of Down Yonders. But you know, we'd be doing things down here. But yeah, I'm not special. I'm not of the privileged class. I don't have special skills or social hookups. I just have lucked out by accident. And by accident, I mean by just taking the initiative to go out and do a thing and speak to people and be as useful and annoying as I can while, at least attempting to look helpful. And that's really all it takes. And while you're doing all of that, you can still have the ear of the people that you're speaking with. So if there's something that you want to suggest, you now have the opportunity for a captive audience because you're there in their presence. They accept you into their social circles. And now you're there with the candidates. You can have candidates on your stream, just like your boy Chainsaw. Do you know how many candidates I've had on my stream? Like a bunch, actually. My very first stream, actually, we had 11? No, we had 10. And then the 11th person was the chair of the Missouri Democratic Progressive Caucus, who ran last year. So, we'll just be doing things. Anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. You just gotta go through it, and try not to blow it. But I promise you, the results may vary, but the results will be there. Cripplepunk, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate that, buddy. But yeah, like it's really just that simple. Just to get out there and let folks know that, hey, you're the one. And you're willing to help them to get shit done. And yeah, getting involved, especially in local politics, especially right now, is so important. And using social media for those purposes, this is why I found it so fucking cringe when people were like, oh man, I'm leaving. I can't, the idea that I'm leaving Facebook because Zuckerberg is some weirdo fascist, or at the very least, charitably, is LARPing as a weirdo fascist because it's fashionable right now, and he can make more money if he does. The idea of encouraging people to do that is absolutely insane to me. Okay, so we're leaving Facebook to do what? Are we going to encourage people to leave Twitch now? So Twitch streamers, all you Twitchies, fuckers out there, we've got to leave the platform because it's owned by Jeff Bezos. Is that the idea? Is that how this works? Is that how we're doing this now? Like, and for what? Are we going to YouTube? What are we doing? Well, what's the alternative? We're just sitting back and shutting the fuck up for no reason, is what this translates to me as. Leave Facebook to go to TikTok. And now TikTok is shoved so far up Trump's ass and has been the whole time. Okay, so we're leaving TikTok to go to Red Note. Okay, well, Red Note is basically just TikTok and is affiliated with the same people. Right? So Red Note is also compromised. I guess you go to Blue Sky, but Blue Sky is also privately owned. So now we're streaming on PeerTube. We're tooting on Mastodon, and I don't know. We're on Melon's Forum, which I need to get on Melon's Forum, by the way. But like that's it. That's what we're doing. Is that all that's left? That's all that's left. That's unironically all that's left. Is the Fediverse. We all get on Easy Goodnights. We demand that Easy Goodnight create a bunch of fucking federated spaces for us because he can do that shit in like 12 minutes. And then I guess we pay him to for the server space so we could fucking talk to each other. I guess because we'll be the only fucking people on these platforms. Like, what are we doing? What are we actually talking about here? What are we advocating for? It's unbelievable to me that anyone would actually have the balls to say something so fucking idiotic so many fucking times across social media. Do you know what I saw the other day in these goofy woke skull communities that are associated with these same goofy fucking woke skulls that freaked the fuck out on me the other day and called me all kinds of fucking new titles I had never fucking imagined I'd get thrown upon? These motherfuckers were discussing the idea that if you're one of these fucking people who's talking about leaving Amazon, well, that's good. But don't be shaming people who aren't leaving Amazon, because there are plenty of people who are disabled who rely on Amazon because they're not able to such and such. And it's like, boy, that seems like a good enough reason to shut the fuck up, doesn't it? Because there are people out there who are fucking disabled, who fucking rely on Amazon. Therefore, shut the fuck up. Don't encourage them. Don't give them a pass. Don't, oh, well, if you're going to leave Amazon because, it's owned by some fucking billionaire piece of shit guy who blah, blah, blah. I understand that, but don't be mean to, don't be mean to disabled people. No, that should be your whole fucking motivation. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. There's nothing left. That's the same argument, but they're doing the peacemaker thing. Cammy, I don't know if you're still here in chat, but you was the one telling me about how you feel about peacemakers. I'm starting to see your point on this. It's the same shit. Do not fucking encourage these people. Do not fucking encourage these people. In fact, make fun of them, shun them, beat them up, call them fat and weak. I don't get it. Listen, I love the idea of people leaving a platform because of morals and principles. I'm perfectly fine with that. Shut the fuck up. Keep that shit to yourself. Do not fucking ever open your goddamn mouth about that shit. Leave the platform, just stop posting. And if a motherfucker hits you in DM somewhere else and they're like, I noticed you wasn't posting on Facebook no more. I noticed I didn't see you stream on Twitch no more. Your channels, did you get banned? And they'll be like, on Discord. Messaging you on Discord, right? Do we need to even define the irony there? They'll be like, oh yeah, no, I left because of whatever. And you'd be like, oh, okay. Well, we're friends on Discord, so we can still chat. Or we're still on Blue Sky together, so we can still chat. Or, I follow you on Masto. You follow me on Masto, so we can still DM in a really awkward way. But it totally does work. And I love that. But don't fucking encourage people. Just keep that shit to yourself. My God. I've cited this in so many different ways as to why it's a horrible fucking idea. It will always be a horrible idea to encourage queer people, marginalized people, disabled people, not disabled people, fucking ethnic minorities with Minnie's face and my face, or Easy's, the Igwe's face, or other faces that somehow fit in between those three. Let's act like we're the fucking paradigm of racial extremity. It's such a horrible idea to encourage people to leave fucking social media, to leave social spaces, to leave spaces that are designed for, poorly utilized or otherwise, to connect human beings to other human beings for the purposes of communication. It's a horrible fucking idea to do that. And I don't know how I can fucking elaborate on that any further. Didn't mean to go off there. Sorry. What if we use DeepSeek to build an AI for local politics info? I have no idea what DeepSeek is. I saw somebody talking about that earlier. Cripple Monk, I think it was you? Maybe? You got DeepSeek running on the laptop. Just need to feed it data. It's bare. How dare I not be following you on Twitch? Appreciate that. How dare you use Bezos' platform? I know! YouTube's even worse. Pro-fascist algo owned by Hindutva nationalist. Really? City versus a hug box. I mean, it definitely can be. I feel like I'm not there at all, but I feel like I have heard and have possibly experienced the idea that if you utilize hashtags more, but then again, it's the same thing, right? I feel like you have to use other platforms and other means to get out there. Like we get on Twitter and it's like, feed me shit, daddy. But if you get on Masto, it's like, it's all the people in this server. We all showed up because we're something. But if you want to actually get out and find other people, you have to actually look, I think that's why people are afraid of Mastodon, or they don't really care to use it, is because it does require you to get out there. Otherwise you'll just see the same three people tooting all day. I've noticed, and I don't really use it that much, even though I encourage the shit out of people to use it. I should use it more, to be honest. It is actually a lot of work. I love that and I don't love that, you know? But I mean, that's the nature of web revival. It's out there, man. We'll figure it out eventually. That's why I'm trying to normalize some of this shit. At least getting more people on Facebook. And I'm not even saying only be on Facebook. Please, for the love of God. I even wrote this in my notes as well. Use Facebook alongside, use it on multiple platforms. Blue Sky alongside Facebook. That's a formidable combo. Discord. All three of those. If you're a Twitch streamer, YouTube streamer, Facebook streamer, like there's no reason. Facebook streamers, this is what I'm saying about this entire fucking Facebook gaming community that I've come across, like all of them, even the ones who don't associate with each other, they all are just off on their own. And even the ones who are on Twitch, they don't associate with other Twitch streamers. And the ones that they do, fuck, I don't know any of those people. I never heard of them, and they don't associate with anyone. I think they're just smaller streamers who are just on Twitch, or they just come from some gaming community, which is cool. But like, they don't have. It's like they don't have. They're unexposed to Gamergate, to Poll, to all of that. I go on Twitch and the people are like, "Oh, you got a website? Oh, it's got a website like Destiny." Get on YouTube and they're like, "Oh, you got a website that's like Vosh or fucking Lance, right?" I get on Facebook and they're like, "You got a website? What's that for?" For reals? Cute, but like, and I'm not even saying that we should go over there and like just drill baby drill. I'm saying we have an opportunity right now to reach a fuck ton of people with the kind of messaging and the kind of culture. Like, imagine if we could do Twitch poll correctly. Imagine if we could not have a toxic Twitch poll, but include poll on Facebook gaming. Now, this is why I need the rest of you fucking people, to be honest. This is why I love that Kelly is becoming one of us. Because I might be that toxic motherfucker. I don't know. I might be exactly not the person that should be doing this. But I'm the only me that lives in my head, so we doing this. But Minnie, I think your messaging and the way that you go about things is super great. Cripple Punk, you're one for encouraging the fuck out of people. And you're also mean like me, but your toxicity levels are significantly less than mine. This is also wonderful. Motherfuckers like Radhom, my God, the Australians on Facebook gaming, let's go. You know what I mean? I feel like this is the group that we could single-handedly and unironically, because we do all associate anyway, that we could actually do a somewhat of a takeover there and bring elements and bring our lore and bring our vast knowledge, because they just don't have that there. They do gaming, they have their own communities, and it's like, it's super chill and it's super cool, but like they're also sitting on a gold mine of people and volumes of it. I'll go into a chat and, they'll have the pinned posts that are like, we don't talk about politics, we don't talk about religion, we don't talk about da-da-da. This is a place to get away from all that. But then, like, if you bring something up, and I've done this, like, the chatters themselves, like, you'll get, like, some of them are like, "Yeah, I like to talk about politics here, it's independent." But then some of them are like, "Yeah, no, fucking, that's actually correct. Fuck yeah, bro, trans rights," like, this is some bullshit. They do that shit. They do that dumb shit in my state, It's out there, but nobody's providing them with that. And I don't mean, like, nobody on Facebook gaming is providing them with that. Nobody on Facebook. Now that Justin Freakin has left Facebook, shame him forever for this. Nobody is providing them with this. It's just me. I'm the only one. I'm certainly the only one that's attached to those communities who is doing it. And I say this, it's not actually true. Up until just a few weeks ago, I was the only one. And now Kelly's doing it. And I love that for him. His balls are big and brass and covered in hair and shiny fucking iron ingots. Amazing. And I think that I feel like we need more of that. You know, I've had a more positive experience on Facebook as far as like gathering and gaining followers. This whole, you know, don't get me wrong, I was canceled pretty hardcore on my last profile, like my personal profile that, you know, I'd actually used like years ago for years or whatever. But on this one, the experience has been a little bit different. You know, the tankies are fewer and farther between, and even when they are, they pretty much remove themselves. Libs, they usually stick around because it's like they want to fit in with the cool kids. So the only real issues I've actually had so far have been with the weird woke scolds, because they just kind of exist. And I feel like this is the best time to bully them anyway. Because again, they're a detriment. They always have been a detriment, and we are well beyond the point of them existing as any sort of a political niche on the internet. And I would be so bold as to say that their messaging is a major part of why we continue to lose in these elections against Donald Trump. Use MySpace. I mean, they have Space Hay. I can't remember if it was Minnie or Easy Goodnight who hated my idea of that because their server space is going to be shit if we all tried. But from what I hear, they are trying to update it. So, but Space Hay is totally an option. It doesn't look bad, actually. It's kind of cool. I better not say it. I wonder if you could embed a stream on Space Hay. Is that possible? I don't know. Is that a thing we could do? Jesus cleared the doors of the fucking temple and whipped the merchants. We will get on the cursed places. True. Damn right, I agree with that. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like we keep seeing this, and these people keep popping up, and they all come from the same communities. I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to like just be like the you know, oh, he bullies leftists, because, you know, I had that reputation once. You know, it was, oh, he just bullies people who fucking, you know, he's claiming to message. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of. Like, I think that if the messaging is in detriment to what it is that they're advocating for, or they're claiming to advocate for, if it's antithetical to what they claim to be in support of, then yeah, I mean, I don't really see too much issue with fighting back against that. I don't see why not. Exactly. I don't know, just me. I mean, the very first time it happened, you know, I was doing the whole, you know, I did the ironic misogyny thing. This is how I even found out about Voosh, you know. I didn't know about him at all until Mike posted about him. Mike did a video. I guess Mike got canceled by J.K. Rowling at the same time that I got canceled by the Radfem community that I belong to. Funnily enough, I maybe it was just the year, the 2022, spring of 2022 was just the year of ironic misogyny against transphobes. Mine weren't TERFs, they were transphobic trad wives, but I did say something about those cringe bitches, you know, going and making sandwiches instead of being on social media all fucking day, and didn't they have some fucking chores to do? And you better believe Radfems lost their fucking shit about that. You know, at the same time, Mike said some shit about J.K. Rowling. At the same time, Voosh said some shit about, I guess, to J.K. Rowling. But I didn't even know who Voosh was at that time, man. I didn't, you know, I saw that and I was like, oh, who's that guy? I looked it up and somebody was like, oh, yeah, he's problematic. I'm like, oh, he's problematic. Okay, never mind, whatever. I didn't actually pay any attention to Voosh for like another 9 months. Until something else had happened that somebody brought him to my attention, and I'm like, let's check this guy out. I'm like, interesting, very interesting. And then I found out that, you know, at the same time that shit happened to me, that him, you know, because I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. Mike got canceled, I got canceled, like, we homies in stride. I think that was when Mike started following me too, was because I mentioned that on Twitter, and it got Ted, of all people, y'all know Ted, boosted it on Twitter. I think Mike was following Ted at that time, and Mike started following me. Based anti-transphobe guy, but is a racist misogynist, according to some. I don't even know where racist came from. I think that was the idea that like anyone who would say this would probably like to use the N-word in public, but fears the repercussions. I'm like, you're saying this about a person of color, you fucking cringe fucks. I love that for you. How you be so brave. Is this the N-word? How do you do that? I don't know. But I don't like it much at all. The PDF shit is too obvious with him. Yeah, I don't have any opinions. I got into some pretty. I don't even want to get into it. I was dating a very short girl at that time, so I took a lot of the criticisms to heart. And then I had one fucking really, really big piece of shit decided to put me on blast. And yeah, fuck that guy. But I don't do the whole drama thing. Not that kind of drama. We be talking about our own drama here, you know? We got enough drama going on as it is. And as you guys can see, the way your boy Chainsaw be doing drama, I think I was pretty nice about it. I wasn't like, this person, blah, blah, let's obsess over them. It was just, no. This kind of rhetoric, I don't care about the fucking person. Fuck that person. Fuck all of those people, to be honest. I hate that community, and I think that they should just, like, all of them delete their accounts and never post on the internet again. But my point is, this kind of rhetoric is unironically harmful to people who are actually doing the work, right? So, like, if you wanted to call me an ally, let's imagine that I was a big fucking jellyfish. Now, all of a sudden, you put it in my head that, oh, well, I'm sticking... Like that first one, you know, oh, I'm sticking up for trans women and now I'm getting called a misogynist. Well, you know what? I guess fuck trans women, right? With consent. But, you know, so many people do this though. I mean, it sounds funny and it sounds like ironic, but you would be surprised how many guys I know, cis guys, cis straight white guys, unlike me, who are, I am cis though, who are in a relationship, in an interracial relationship, right? They're doing miscegenation as often as 3 times a week, probably, at least once a month, and you know, in the meantime, the guy's like voted for Biden, voted for Harris, probably, maybe. I probably didn't vote this last time, let's be real. But voted for Biden for sure. And would have done it again. Only votes Democrat, hates Trump, but the guy's a MGTOW. Yeah. How does this happen? Well, there's only one reason that those people exist. And it's unironically just woke scolding. It's just the idea that you take someone who's on the fence about a social issue like that, and instead of encouraging them to learn more, or, you know, showing them the light, goddammit, treating them like fucking absolute shit, doing all of this woke scold fucking cancellation bullshit. And now again, if I were a jellyfish, because I know these jellyfish, I know exactly what route I would have went. Because I've seen them do it. I know these people. They're afraid to debate me on stream, and I've been trying to get them on for like 2 years. So I don't even try anymore. But, like, it's actually, right? This is a real phenomenon that happens. I don't know how often it happens, how rare it is, but it does happen. I never been canceled. I'm kind of jealous. I mean, it sucks, okay? It's kind of fun, like, the third time. But when they go on and they like start fucking like screen capping you from behind a block and posting weird fucking cringe shit, and then like, it sucks. What really sucks is when you get people who like actually know your positions on things, or who you assumed did know your position on things, and then they, you know, yeah. I've had some people who surprised me with the whole like we hate Chainsaw now situation, but I don't want to get into all that drama. That was probably the worst that I'd had it. Was having people fucking writing essays about me for like a while, and Yeah, doing everything they could to like they literally gave me the Destiny treatment. Um, outside of like, you know, no one went after my channels, but they did try to go after my following on social media and encourage people to not follow me. Um, don't enjoy that. And I think it's worse when it's like people who you actually do associate with or are in like social circles with. So like friends, who do that shit. That's really a shocker. And it's all because some of them have bad politics. And I didn't know. I had no idea. I wouldn't have associated with them if I had any idea that they had bad politics. And to be honest, I don't even think they had bad politics the entire time. I think they were just radicalized. But a lot of those ideologies that I speak about, they do radicalize people. I was radicalized by it. I was radicalized by it through the entirety of the end of Gamergate, up until my cancellation. I was one of the people who in 2017, 2018, 2019, I think was like the peak year, right? Because wasn't it 2019 when Megan Murphy did the article, Is TERF a Slur? And like even the trans-inclusive radical feminists, we were like, well, they are encouraging a lot of misogyny against women, you know? Like I understand that that they're transphobic, but they are encouraging a lot of violence and saying a lot of really mean things to real women too, right? Like that was the discourse. That was the unironic discourse at that time in trans-inclusive radical feminist communities. Again, I know this because I was there. I saw it happening. This is how, you know, it wasn't TERFs who canceled me in 2022. It wasn't TERFs who were mad at me calling me a racist. Okay. It was the ones who, you know, are call themselves allies and shit, and do the preaching. So, you know. Sorry, y'all. I've got to fix my chat at some point. I don't even know what the deal is with all that. But I'm having to read it off of OBS and it's super difficult. Is this even? Like, why is my regular chat just like not even working? I have no idea. For some reason, it's just like not even catching up. I mean, and it should. Is it because... No idea. Ironically, the only people who have canceled me on Palestine are right-wing Christians. Not a single Jewish person has. They get it. I like to say a lot of us get it. I like to think we do anyway. All right. I was actually planning this to be much, much shorter. Listen, it's still a work in progress, okay? As far as like my streaming and my scheduling. I go to work at 10 a.m. So it's pretty fucking early. And then by the time I'm closer to the end of it, we do be losing some steam, especially this late at night. Well, I did stop. I had some extra stuff because I wanted to prepare at least some of this stuff beforehand, and then be able to make it in. Which meant that going back over some of the stuff that I had been provided beforehand. Let me see here. So, Minnie, you actually might be able to provide me more context on this because I have no fucking idea what was going on here. But I did see this on Blue Sky earlier today. If it loads, maybe. Maybe. So, some thoughts and an apology. I'm going to step away from Blue Sky for a bit. That's already enough. This is from Alejandra Caraballo, by the way, aka S-Queer. It's already enough dealing with the attacks on the trans community without being torn apart by my own community for a mistake like this. I mean, I don't know what happened. Maybe she did something really bad, but it sounds familiar, right? So I'm going to address this once. I compiled a list of federal grant and loan programs that would potentially be impacted by the order. I used AI as a starting point for that process and then went through and manually checked each to verify those were a valid program that would be impacted. I also added my own. I then made that list publicly accessible and tried to update it with new information as it came in. I have nearly a decade of legal experience dealing with federal policy and administrative procedures. This wasn't some random list I only relied on GPT for. It was a starting point that I built in a rapidly moving situation. I fully disclosed it immediately. It was not something I was hiding. Cited bad info. Okay. Given the limited nature of posts, some believed that it was a definitive list from the admin. It was not. Others thought this was simply me asking GPT for a list and passing it off. It was not. It's entirely on me for not clarifying or accurately state what the information was from. I apologize. I also did not clarify enough in the initial post what this list fully encompassed. I apologize. Many are critical of any and all use of AI, generative AI, in any context due to its environmental costs, blatant theft of IP, and use by tech companies to destroy creative professions. These are all valid critiques and concerns. As a result, many will deem any and all use of generative AI as evil, regardless of the context. I mean, I feel that, and yet I use AI like sparingly, right? I use it basically just for examples of shit that I'm already working on, not necessarily to replace the work. Because sometimes I just want to see like what would something look like in theory, right? Because like I have baby brain, and I'm baby learning to code. We don't have all of those wonderful experience or any real like resources for that, right? I've got Web3. Is it Web3? No. What is it? The web school, coding school, whatever the fuck that. I punch it into Google and it shows me a website that I recognize when I see. Okay. It's good for prototyping APIs and UIs, right? Yeah, because like if I see something or if I see like something that I want to use later, I'm like, okay, so how would this actually work? And I'll throw it in there, and then I'll pop it in, to whatever it is that I'm using, and like half the code will work and half of it'll be shit. But if it's something that's like, especially JavaScript, I can see how does this work in theory, and is there anything off of this that I could use for like something later, to like compile with whatever it is that I'm working on. This is yeah. I mean, if not for AI, Minnie would not have a blue name or be in chat because them DMs would be so packed I'd be blocked on all platforms. I'd be like, help me, I don't get it. What is this? There for a while, Minnie was getting DMs from me like every third fucking day because we was working on some shit, or at least I was. And I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I had an idea, Minnie's the one who gave me some great references on frame sets, actually. So, appreciate you for that, buddy. I had no idea. JavaScript is pain to debug. Oh, telling me. I'm still like we're working it out, slowly but surely. But yeah, 100%. Okay. While many disagree with some characterizations and believe there are some proper ethical uses of generative AI, many do not. I won't change anyone's mind on this. I believe it's the capitalistic use of generative AI to expand big tech's power that is destructive rather than the underlying technology. but that's neither here nor there. I do not monetize my online presence. I purposely do not make any money off of my online presence at all. I do not intentionally seek clout. I simply post my thoughts, share news, and try to put together resources wherever I can help the trans community. I do not currently claim to be a journalist. I've not written an article for publication in nearly 2 years, and all were opinion pieces, not original reporting. Other people's characterization of themselves can change through time. People are going to be mad at me and try to tear me down regardless of what I say or apologize for, because it's not the accountability people want. But this brutal spectacle of tearing someone down for a mistake and hunting for any evidence to support it, I'm going to move on. Follow or unfollow me if you want. I want to focus on how we survive fascism and how to help people in my community. I hope you do too. So that basically sounds like she was using it for whatever it was, mistake or not. I guess it was just the moral implications of using AI ever that people were freaking the fuck out on. Now, while I do agree that, like, I mean, it is just evil. It is just evil only because it is only specifically being used for evil. I mean, that kind of supersedes anything else. But yeah, I totally see where she's going with that. The idea that, like, it's kind of ridiculous to hold her, feet to the fire for using the shit at all, in any respect. Now, if that's what she was doing, like, they would have kind of a leg to stand on, but that's, I don't know. I guess I'm on the fence with that. I hate AI. I used to not hate AI, but now I hate AI. I work really closely with programs that utilize AI, and it just makes my life more difficult. The shit puts me to sleep when it talks to me. It makes my life a nightmare, and because of that, I hate it on principle. That's not to say it isn't fucking useful in some respects, though. Like any other tool. I just don't think it should be used as a crutch, if that makes sense. And it doesn't sound like that's what she was doing here at all anyway. But also, the idea, the notion that, people were trying to cancel her over this shit. I mean, holy fuck, like that's actually wild to me. And kind of on brand for specifically the kind of folks that we were mentioning earlier. And I can just imagine the people who were in her replies saying this stuff anyway. Base C4 not buying into the completely feels based argument of generative AI detractors based AI, but never once have I heard an argument against AI that wasn't entirely based on vibes. Learn to code, bitch, you learn to code. Some of us don't get the time or are able to grasp coding. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's my whole thing. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I do hate AI significantly more than I did, but mostly because of my job and other reasons. But I still think it's a fucking tool that can be used in some context, Like, I don't think that, like, we should just ban AI. That's never going to happen anyways. It's a fucking pipe dream. But, like, there are some uses for this shit. I think that we can actually use the One Ring as a doorstop. Like, we don't have to use it to destroy Mordor. We could just use it to run dough through to make a big thick udon noodle. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? Tiny little hobbits making udon with the One Ring? It vanishes, we chop it, it's a boom, we got udon. We make a soup now, and nabeyaki udon. We take the katsuobushi, we boil it. We take the komba, we boil it. We got the pork short ribs, we grill them, we boil them, we take them out, we dry them, we put them in the oven, and then boom, we got fucking nabeyaki udon with the little pork short ribs in it, maybe. Whatever. I don't know. You just do what you want. This is America or Japan or South Korea. You got choices. How corpos use it? I mean, you're right. True. Ribs, I know, right? I mean, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I don't know. I saw this earlier and then, so here's the reference. I don't know how much of this we actually need to look at. I did see your comment, Minnie. That was what Oh, I'm not reading that. Oh, man. That's a lot of words. Listen, if you're on Blue Sky and you're following Esquire, there's this document. It's this one, actually. It's... Oh my god, that's 8 pages. No, we're not reading that. It's a illiteracy stream. We don't, I never learned to read. I only do audiobooks. It's a necessity, actually. Okay, so is there anything else? I've just got videos, and honestly, it's 11:30. I think we might be. I was planning on doing some gaming, but listen, it's late. I do appreciate y'all being out here, though. That was a lot of fun. I am going to be streaming more often. They may be short streams. Hopefully, they're more than just a couple hours. I'd like to get started like earlier in the day. Like I say, I get out of work in the evenings, but at the very least, if I am able to stream earlier, this could make life much more better for myself and for everyone else. But before we go out, I will find someone for us to raid out to. I do want to just say that before we go, you can just support the stream. You can support your boy Chainsaw simply by going to chainsawccc.com/memberships and subscribing for as little as $5 per month. You can support your boy right here, streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and on Facebook. We do since I'm posting all this shit. Oh, I did not post the YouTube or the Twitch embed on Blue Sky. I should do that instead. I posted the website. So, because the embeds actually mean something on Blue Sky now, which is kind of the best thing ever. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, you can go to chainsawccc.com/memberships and support your boy Chainsaw. Let's see who's on and who we can raid out to here. Cripple Punk, you said that this is your first time coming out. So rating might be a little bit different for you. Actually. Let's see. So on everybody else's websites, when we be raiding, Sam Blasted is on. Let's go see what this motherfucker's up to. So on everybody else's websites, whenever they raid, it's just instantaneous. They just raid you right over. On my website, it's a little bit different. Once I hit the raid button, you're actually going to want to go ahead and refresh your browser. So at the very end of the stream, when we go back to the like the just waiting page or starting soon, whatever the hell page, you want to refresh your browser for that raid. But I have slow internet, so it's taking like forever to get there. Oh my god. I love that for me. If I there's got to be a way for me to come up with a quicker method. Hey, appreciate y'all coming out here. For sure. Minnie, that's actually something I wanted to discuss with you a little bit. I talked to Easy Goodnight about this somewhat, and I think I mentioned it to you once about the idea of using like a .text file to run JavaScript from, like having something that can read off of a .text file, and if the .text file changes, to have something move and refresh like a embed, right? Or a page, in order to use that to simulate, instantaneous raids. I feel like that's possible, motherfucker. Hey, listen, I've been on for like, what do you want? What do you want from me? I've been on for 2 hours and 8 minutes, even. I think this is pretty good. You don't think? We did 2.5 hours last night, didn't we? I'm gonna be on again tomorrow. What are you mad for? It's okay. Listen, this is way more of me than you've gotten in a while anyway, so like, And I'm definitely going to be here more often. How do I not have a sandblasted It's okay. I have no idea what they're watching in the other room, but it is definitely not appropriate. So let's see. Load code lunch. This is. Oh. Choose specific page. We're going to put this on the player. And blasted gaming. Rookie numbers. I mean, listen, it's a work in progress. We will get there. Hey, here's the thing. I'm off on what, Sundays and Mondays? So like I can actually like stream for reals those days. Okay. So then here's the, I had to create a button for Sandblasted, by the way. Did not have one beforehand. It's not even my fault. I don't think that I was hanging out with Sandblasted back in them days. All right. Maybe more, but is all too common. With you Orientals, it is not enough. Hey. It's the girth, not the length. The quality, right? Isn't that how it works? Why is that on all pages? Oh my God. Oh, I know why. Okay. All right. So here's how raids work. If you're new, if you're on Facebook, get the fuck over here to chainsawccc.com/live. Stop by the memberships page and go ahead and pick up a tier 1 sub. I have notifications for tier 1 subs now, by the way. They show up like Streamlabs. So like when you sub on my website, it shows up like right here. There's a big thing that'll have your name. So be sure and use your chat name. Don't dox yourself on my stream. It's not my fault if you do that. But use your chat name. You want to make sure that you're in my Discord server, and you will get your chat highlight based on your sub color. And then we'll go in and actually change your chat name to, like you'd be like Minnie, or like the teal names for tier 2, blah, blah, blah. We do it like that. But yeah, if you're on Facebook, get your ass over here. If you're on YouTube, you know what the doo-doos. You got a link pin post right there. If you're on Twitch, I'm not rating on Twitch. It's actually all of your jobs to just go into Sandblasted's chat and scare the hell out of him and let him know that we're raiding. I'm not going to give the raid message. This way he knows that we're raiding from the website, and this will force him into guilt into finishing up, because I'm actually building a website for Sandblasted Gaming. So this will force him by virtue of guilt. You are going to be able to help me to get paid more by showing up with the raid with no Twitch notification. So he knows exactly how raids work. And you can be like, we were watching Chainsaw on YouTube on his website. Woohoo! And then your boy gets paid. All right. So I hit the raid button. So all you've got to do now is refresh your browser and you will be raided in. I am going to go over here to this screen and listen. I appreciate y'all. I'm outie like a cholecystectomy belly button. As the homie Epic Prawn says, don't let your mental get in the way of your dental. And if you get an opportunity to, take care of some of them chores. I love you. Bye. And refresh your browsers for them raid.